Oh man, it's refreshing. And I'm gonna tell a little bit, like especially like how I became a part of Instamp, but we'll chat with that.
Yep, absolutely. All right, everybody, and we are live. It is Wednesday night, and I am very excited to be here. I've got a very good friend, a super entrepreneur, and just an absolute stand-up human being with us tonight, Faris Flournoy. And I'm so excited that he's here with us and going to be a part of our training this evening. And everything is, it looks like everything is working. I just tested everything and listened to myself talk. And just know that every week somebody texts me and says, are we going to have training tonight? What you think about that, Faris? I mean, every Wednesday night for the last 5 years, we've been kicking along here.
It's consistent. It's consistent.
But it's good to have Faris with us. So we're going to rock and roll. We got a lot to cover tonight. We're going to talk with Faris his first half. And then we're going to go into some Mailchimp training. And then I've got a couple of changes that have happened inside of the Kiosk system. But real quick, just a couple of housekeeping things we're going to take care of. Have not joined our mastermind group, AppWizard Studio Mastermind Group. Please join that. There is a lot of things that happen there. And I don't see anybody chatting yet. I hope everybody can hear me okay. I know I tested on this end, can hear everything okay. Just say hey in the chat box if you're there. And just want to invite you to be a part of our AppWizard Studio group. Only AppWizard Studio members can join the group. And once again, if you have used a different email and or a name for the, hey, Jerry, how you doing, buddy? If you use a different email or a name for when you join the group, just shoot me an email. If I don't accept you in, it's for members only, and I try to watch that very, very, very close. Real quick, a disclaimer, just AppWizard Studio, nor Faris, cannot guarantee just because you're watching training, you will make any sales, create any traffic, or any income. Every person is different, has a different work ethic, and different. Now, I made up this graphic. I tried to find the best looking picture, but it was hard.
That's a good looking guy.
He says he's a good looking guy, and you're right. And I told him we was talking right before the show. I've never seen him any picture of that he was not smiling. And I tell you the one, I was on his website before we got started, and I just want to, because this tells you what kind of man he is. If you'll see it says husband, dad, entrepreneur, Facebook marketer. That speaks volumes. Family means to him. And we were talking about his daughter. He said she said, well, I'll give that in months now. Months home. And his beautiful wife. And we were talking about his mother. He comes from a large family, a medical family. They have daycares for senior adults, and they have home health care. They got it all. Now, Faris, are you still the CEO and president of that company also?
No, I recently stepped down on March 31st as the CEO. So we were able to actually bring in someone to actually run both of those companies. So we have a non-family member who's the CEO. So now we're able to work on the business instead of in the business daily.
Sometimes that's sometimes that's better to do. I've been in family businesses for a long time, but I know this about Faris. He's extremely successful. Now, not only does Faris come to us tonight, we're going to talk about Facebook marketing and how he's building his business. Next week, we're going to go into the Facebook training. I know we've had to put it off for a couple of weeks, where we're actually going to go in and build a local campaign. We're going to launch a local campaign. We're going to bring people in and start building a list for ourselves that we can go out and market to our local businesses. But Faris has a show, and I want to mention this because I love watching the guy. He's got a show called hashtag Ask Faris, and it's on Facebook. It's Facebook Live. He interviews people, and I'm going to let him talk about this in just a moment, but he interviews people, and he uses that to market his business with. And we were talking earlier today, and the more I've thought about that, that's a genius. You're a genius, my friend. And I really I enjoy watching him. They're always just short clips. The first time I saw him, he was in his backyard and standing there. It was nice and everything. I'm pretty sure he was on his phone. And this was a while back. And now, man, he's got beautiful studio settings and intros and split screens. And so Ask Faris has come a long ways since its inception. But with that said, Faris, I want to introduce you, buddy. I can't thank you enough. I love you to death. Thank you so much for being here. And just take a few minutes and introduce yourself, and then we're going to go into the next phase of talking about your Facebook marketing and how you use that as an intro and so forth. So go ahead, my friend.
Kerry, I appreciate it so much. And again, welcome to all of my Instant AppWizard family. I just really appreciate you all. You all just don't know how much you all encourage me. The community that we have here is stellar. It's unbelievable. This is a platform that we're building, and it's something great here. So just a little bit about myself. Kerry wrapped it up. A little bit of background. Prior military, Air Force, was stationed at the Air Force Academy for 6 years. Went to Iraq a couple times. In my 6th year, I ended up transitioning from the Air Force, and I ended up actually moving to Orangeburg, South Carolina, because I was going to pursue a master's in accounting so I can go work as an FBI agent. But it's funny how when we have plans, things change. So things change. I came home one weekend, met with my brothers. They were building our family business. We were still running it out of my mother's living room, so a very small living room. And then so we got together, and we had about 10 to 15 clients then. And we got together and strategically planned this thing out. We said we have to go through and do something because 3 grown guys cannot live off of the income of what 10 people can bring to the table. So we really got to the plow and really started actually working really hard. One of the things I found that I had a passion in was marketing. And that's when it really started exploding. So fast forward a few years later to today, we're serving over 300 individuals in the state of Georgia. We opened up 4 offices in the state of Georgia. We opened up an adult day health center. And recently, just like Kerry said, I was able to actually walk away from that, still own the business, but I was able to walk away from full-time employment of that business to actually further my passion in marketing. And that's what I'm so passionate about today. So that's just a little snippet about myself, but we're going to jump right into it, Kerry.
All right, buddy. Hey, let me tell you something. Anybody that can do all that in the short time he's done it, this man's a hustler. He must have played some sports sometime in his life because he definitely has the drive. I brought Faris on tonight for a couple of reasons. One, he is an AppWizard reseller, has built over 100 apps, started with AppWizard and started building his business. I remember when he first came on board and we used to talk and converse and as he was building his business. And so I was watching one of his Ask Faris shows yesterday, and I actually went to his website because he was doing some marketing. And what did he do? He drew me in. So I went to his site and I filled out a little form so that I could get his 5 ways to use Facebook ads to grow your local business. And I said, wow, is this karma? I've got to bring this guy on the show since we're getting ready to start doing a little training next week on Facebook. So Faris wrote this, and Faris goes out and uses Facebook as an open door to get in and start building their marketing business using Facebook local marketing. Am I correct in that, Faris? Correct me if I'm wrong.
You are correct. You're very correct. And that's one thing, if you want me to continue, but that's one thing where the Ask Faris show, I'm going to bridge into the Ask Faris show, I was able to go through and actually think, as we know in marketing, you have to have unique ways. You have to have unique approaches to go through and actually get your message out there. And just like Kerry said, I'm a smiler. I'm a talker. I'm a communicator. I really just enjoy people. I don't wake up with having bad days. So I was like, okay, what is a skill set? What's innate within me that I love to do? And I said, I like talking to people. So actually, Kerry, I don't know if you know this, but I actually launched the Ask Faris show actually August of 2016 or August of 2015. And I launched it, just like you said, in my backyard with my iPhone. And then I was actually back there and I probably did about 6 or 7 episodes. Then fear took over. And I was like, oh my gosh, I had the imposter syndrome. I was like, do I really know what I'm doing? I'm like, I really don't know what I'm doing. So I laid dormant for about 8 months, Kerry. 8 months I went without even recording an Ask Faris show. People were asking me, hey, are you coming back and everything? And I was just like, oh, I don't have the platform of a John Lee Dumas. I don't have a platform. Like, I have to have enough followings. But then it finally hit me. It finally hit me actually the beginning of this year. Imperfected actions, that's what I need to start taking. And I said, I was blessed with the gift of communicating. So I was like, hey, just start it off. And that's when the Ask Faris show was born. And from there, I had to develop a strategic plan because I knew that I had so many different market and so many different tools that could help out local small businesses. But how could I get in front of them? And who doesn't like a great interview? Who doesn't like to talk? Who doesn't like when the newspaper or the television, unless you're in trouble, everyone likes to be interviewed. Everyone likes to be interviewed. So I was like, you know what? Let me see if this really works. So I inboxed a few people. I knew my audience. I knew who I wanted to go through and target. I said, let me go through and inbox a few people to see if they'd be open for an interview. And lo and behold, they were like, yes, I'll be more than happy. And I let them know a little bit about myself as a small business owner and how I just want to promote small business ownership. I wasn't trying to go in for the quick sale on this is what I have to offer. I wanted to go in on the interview to go through and nurture that relationship. And that's what Ask Faris have evolved in. It has evolved into my quote unquote, my lead magnet. It has really evolved into a point where I can go through and talk to any entrepreneur, any small business owner, bring them on the show, build that relationship with them, and take them down the path that I would like for them to go on. They're getting their message out there, but then we're building a relationship, and I'm showing them on the back end some things that I'm doing in Facebook as far as Facebook advertising, and then also products that we have right here in AppWizard Studio. So we're able to go through and get some of these products out here in front of them, and it makes an easy sale because now they know, like, and trust me.
You know, and I tell you what, you just hit on every point that I think is important. Build trust. They will love you. They will give you a check, and they will keep you around. And what you have done, my friend, is absolutely genius. I mean, really, it's genius to be able to take a platform to the small business owner that will never, ever have that platform. And sit there and start broadcasting that in those local areas. And now they're saying, this guy's for real. I mean, video is real, folks. Video doesn't lie. You go out and do it, you post it, and people see it. And now they're thinking, wow, this guy really does know what he's talking about. So good on you for doing that. I want to go through this book with you just a little bit. And I didn't put the pages in. I'm going to let you expound on it a little bit.
Okay.
And talk about 5 ways to use Facebook ads to grow your local business. And if you don't mind sharing a couple of nuggets with us, because that's what we're really here for, to be honest, is to get some of those golden nuggets. So let's see here. The first slide is step 1. You recognize that Facebook is here to stay. Tell us a little bit about your thoughts on that.
And Kerry, that's one thing a lot of, especially when we're reaching out to local, and I believe that the backbone of this economy here in America is the local small business owner. And a lot of local, and we may think that they know everything just because they've been in business for 10 years, 5 years, 20 years, whatever. We may think that they know everything, but it's apparent that a lot of them really don't understand digital marketing, whether it be apps or whether it be Facebook marketing. They don't understand that. And so we have to really recognize that these platforms are here to stay. Facebook in particular, apps and text message marketing, these things are not going anywhere. So that's one thing that I really go through and put out. This is an educational guide for individuals that may be even curious. I go through and explain that, hey, Facebook, some people think of things as a fad, like, hey, Facebook's just going to be here for a few years and it's going to go away like MySpace. Facebook learned from MySpace's mistakes. So they're long term. They're not, and I'm not saying they're going to have the clout forever, but they have learned from MySpace's mistakes, and so that's why they're integrating Instagram and these other things as well. But we have to let them know that Facebook's here to stay. That's my first step right there.
And sometimes that's tough, isn't it, to get people to see that they're living in the Stone Age and they need to be brought up to the tech age so that their business can grow. That's a tough cookie to crack, isn't it, sometimes?
Exactly. And Kerry, I've had some people say, you know what, well, my customers are not on Facebook. And I let them know that over 1.7, probably and growing now, billion people are on Facebook. So that means your customers on Facebook, their grandmothers on Facebook, their children's on Facebook, or they know someone that's on Facebook that may need their service. So it's a re-education that we have to go through and give the local small business owner on how they could benefit from this gold mine.
Absolutely. And you brought up a very good point there, Faris. As a marketing consultant and a professional, we are there to educate the businesses, especially the small to medium businesses. They don't have the money to go to the big seminars and to be able to do the things that your larger businesses and the things that your Fortune 500 companies and these large franchises are able to put out there. We really are the voice that they have to hear out in the field. I mean, they've got to understand. And the only way that's going to happen is with people like you and Mark and Donald and Ed and Jerry and all the people that are watching the show right now. The only way they will ever know is through people like y'all. I mean, that's the bottom line. So you're right. Facebook is here to stay. It's not going anywhere.
Yes.
For sure. Make your customers want to do business with you. Now, when I read that, I thought that's a powerful statement. I mean, that's probably, out of all the steps, that's probably the most powerful statement I read in there. Make your customers. And folks, this is the section you really need to listen to. Make your customers want to do business with you. Definitely expound on that and really, really share with us the knowledge from the street that this has brought you.
One thing I realized with local small business owners, they really focus on the front end. They don't think about the back end. They think about, oh my gosh, it costs this. They don't realize the long-term, the lifetime value of a customer. They don't understand what repeat business is. So that's one thing when you have to really, when it comes to crafting different offers, especially for small business owners, they have to understand that, hey, you really have to make your customers want to do business with you. So gone are the days where, hey, a free dessert will go through and entice someone to, it'll entice some people, but gone are those days where it's a free dessert. I was talking to another gentleman who's in the marketing space as well, and he was helping out a local hotel, and they were giving away a free night stay because they know if a person stayed one night, they can upsell them on the massage and all these other amenities that came with it as well. So gone are the days where we can focus only on the front end. We have to focus on the residual effect. So when it comes to making your customers want to do business with you, you have to go through and be very creative. I think as a marketer, that's one thing that has to be in our DNA: creativity. If you can't go through and pull something out of nothing, you may not be a good marketer, or maybe something that you have the skill set you may have to cultivate. We have so many different tools in AppWizard. Like, who says that a person has to pay the first month up front when it comes to SMS marketing? Who says that we can't go through and give away a free month so they start building up their list? And once they get 100 people on their list, the hook's in the mouth. They're not going anywhere. So it's just we have to go through and actually think about those offers. Buy one, get one free, free night stay, free entree, bring a person, get yours free. Those are the type of things we have to go through and actually educate our business owners on so that they can make their customers want to do business with them.
Absolutely. And I can tell you, there's not a person, I've seen it over my entire lifespan of being in sales. I've never had anybody, the first time I walked in their door, jump up and hug me and kiss me for being a salesman that walked through their door. That's never ever happened. And I'm not, and it hasn't changed to date.
Exactly.
So, but I tell you, it goes back to what you did earlier, my friend. You got them to trust you.
Yes.
And like you, and built a relationship with that person. And now they'll do anything with you that you want them to do because of that trust and that. You have to collect the lead. And I guess I've been beating this dead horse for years. If you don't collect the lead, you really wasted your time while you're out in the field. It's so important to build your lead list and where you can stay in contact with them and build your pipeline, as I call it, and fill the top of the funnel so that over the year they'll start dribbling out the bottom. Talk about and maybe hearing it from somebody different, somebody that's a lot better looking than I am. Maybe they will listen, and because you're out there popping it every day, how you're collecting the leads, and that you have understood that you have to collect that lead to be successful.
So we're going to all agree on this right here. if a business don't have a list, if they don't have actually individuals that they can contact at their beck and call, if they don't have something they can push out, they probably don't have a business. So that's why we have to go to educate individuals, especially business owners, on the value of collecting a lead. Yes, they can post something on Facebook on their page, but where are we taking them? Are we getting name, address, phone number? Are we getting them to opt into SMS platforms? What are we doing with that? Are we just posting things just to post? Are we just posting pretty pictures of dogs and kittens and expecting people to say that's a pretty dog and hey, I want to go through and actually eat a hot dog? No, that just doesn't happen. It really doesn't happen. So we have to educate people on collecting a lead. And I think we have one of the simplest platforms when it comes to SMS marketing. Them being able to go through and text a keyword to a short code and bam, they're on a list just that quick. Instead of having to go through and say, well, and we still believe in the name, email address, phone number, etc., but there are other ways to do it. But we have to educate them. They have to collect the lead. They have to go through and create that list, because I believe that if a business owner have a list, now they can put out they don't have to have all the specials all the time. They don't have to discount all their products and everything. Now they can put their offers in front of the right people that already know, like, and trust them, and so that they can come back and do business with them as well.
And that's so important. I always say, it's kind of like Staples. They've got the simple button that you can push. And we have the way of giving our clients a simple button. At the push of a button, you can reach out and literally teach people to walk in your door whenever you want.
Yes.
But without a lead, without collecting that data, without bringing them into the fold, you're never going to talk to them again. They may trip by, but shoot, you've got to have that lead created, and you have to build that list. As the old saying goes, and I know Faris has probably heard this a million times as a marketer himself and as a consultant, the money's in the list.
It is.
Period.
It is.
That's where the money's at. Create Facebook ads that really converts to paying customers. Talk a little bit about what your strategy is when you're set down and develop an ad, and what the things that you look at, and the market area, and when you're sitting down with a customer, the things that go through Faris's mind to put them on the right track at the right time to build that list to continue to bring them customers.
So look, the first thing I do, I re-educate them on what paid advertisement is versus a post. So many times people say, well, I tried Facebook or I tried this platform, but they have I was telling a gentleman the other day, just because I have a license to drive an automobile doesn't mean that license transfers to driving an 18-wheeler. It doesn't mean that license transfers to driving an airplane or being a pilot for an airplane. So just because someone is on Facebook or using a platform doesn't mean that they know how to use it. That's why we are the marketing experts. So when it comes to creating ads that truly convert, that's when we invest in copywriting. That's when we learn how to go through and write specific copy that's going to speak to a specific customer. So, for instance, I'm working with an attorney right now, and he actually wants to go through and actually market towards individuals that are looking to close on their homes. They're looking for more home people that are going into home ownership to close their house. So my thing is, he doesn't need to go through and put a message in front of an 18-year-old, because most likely they're probably not buying a house. Most likely he may need to put his message in front of the newlyweds or individuals that are moving to a location. So we're actually going through and it's psychology behind it, Kerry. It's really getting into the customer's shoes and speaking their language, and not just being the stellar salesman, but speaking their language in something where they understand, and giving a really good call to action so that they will be intrigued enough to go through and say, hey, I want that offer. Just like for this ad, right? I did an ad for a CNA nursing school once, and I played on the individual strength. So I knew that video converts very well on Facebook, and I knew that she said she wasn't very comfortable with video, and I knew people would relate with her uncomfortness. Like they're not looking for someone just to be the stellar person. They're looking for the real person. And so I knew that she just retired from a school system where everyone knew her. So that's what we did. We talked about her her service actually to her school system, her entering retirement, but could not sit down because she wanted to service the local community a little bit more. So that allowed people to engage in that post. And then when she said, hey, I'm starting a CNA school, if you're interested, click below, whatever I wrote in that copy, that's when her conversions went through the roof. I mean, it was to the point where we had to go through and stop that ad because she was getting so many calls and she didn't have the infrastructure. And that's when I was first starting off. And I didn't know how to help a business go through and create infrastructure. But that's when she didn't have the infrastructure to go through and support all that. So when we're creating ads that truly convert, we have to think about who's our audience. What is a compelling message that they want to hear? What is the offer that's intriguing enough for them to go through and give us their name or opt in via text message? And then where are we taking them from there? Are we taking them to a landing page and we're going to deliver on that offer? Are we taking them to a webinar? Are we taking them to a free this or free that? So that's when we have to go through, when it's creating ads that truly convert, we have to think about it from the customer's point of view.
And you know that, and sometimes, and you made a very good point. I mean, a very good point that I picked up on quick. We need to become the customer.
Yes. Yes.
We need to sit down and say, what would I want to hear from the attorney if I was closing on a home or if I was looking for a CNA school? And what an amazing position to be in. Hats off to you, brother, when you run an ad and they say, hey, could you please stop because I got so much business that I can't handle it right now. What a great place to be.
And Kerry, I'm going to jump in. It's just like if let's say if I was working with a customer or a client that was actually selling cowboy hats. And let's say if for some reason I wanted to target individuals that like, give me a country singer.
Blake Shelton.
Blake Shelton. So my thing is, when it comes to customer research, I'm going to go to Blake Shelton's page and see how his audience talk. I'm not going to go through and use a Harvard, like, I don't know. It could have Harvard level people that's following. I have no idea, but I'm going to take the time to do the research. I'm going to go through and spy on his followers, see what they're saying, see what they like. And then I'm going to go through and talk in that particular language. And that's what marketing is. We're chameleons. We have to be able to talk. If I'm marketing for the Italian restaurant, that's the same thing I'm doing. I'm spying. I'm doing my research. And then we're putting the message out there in a way that their customers talk, and so that they can feel comfortable with actually opting in and actually taking that action that we want them to take.
So what you're saying is, if I hear you, it just don't happen overnight.
It doesn't.
You got to work.
It doesn't.
There's work involved. There's strategy involved. You have to put a plan together. You put that plan out, and then you follow that plan, and then you make some adjustments along the way to tighten that plan up. Because you found out that saying, hey, y'all, probably didn't sell 10 hats, but if you'd have said, hey, guys, it would have sold 40 hats.
Exactly. So, a lot of testing.
And a lot of testing. And guys, I can tell you, and I've known Faris for a while now. We've talked for a while. I've watched this young man grow, and I watched him grow his business. So without question, listen to what he's saying. Be patient. Obviously, you can see he's a very patient man. He's happy. He works hard, and his results are phenomenal. Okay, let's go to the next slide here. Number 5. If your business is sleeping on Facebook, soon your business will be put to sleep because of Facebook. That's very intriguing.
Mm-hmm. And you took the words right up out of my mouth. When it comes to marketing, don't be afraid to push the button. Don't be afraid to call people out on their stuff. Don't be afraid to go through and get that raised brow effect. And that's one thing, when I put that statement there, I put it in particular to go through and get that approach and like, hold up, my business is going to be put to sleep. I want them to come back and call me a liar and say, Faris, you know what? I don't need Facebook, and I'm going to show you, because now it's a win-win. Hey, if your business continues to thrive, that's great. You found the magic pill, great. But most businesses, if they do not embrace, it's just like right now, if a business does not have a website, if a business does not have a Facebook page, can you be found, or are you waiting for someone to give a traditional word of mouth referral? So I let people know, hey, if for some reason your business is not on Facebook, if for some reason you're not using SMS marketing, if for some reason you're not using these different platforms, you're probably not running the business, or eventually your business will be put to sleep. Because, Kerry, let me tell you one quick story. I know I'm going to wrap it up.
Go ahead, buddy.
when my brothers first started our home healthcare agency, they were 21 years old and they were hungry. They were actually in their third year of nursing school, and they dropped out of school because on their way home, they saw someone from a nice, prestigious school had a bumper sticker on, but they were driving a beat up car, and they said, you know what? If this is what school gives you, I don't want that. So what they did was they understand. We were all pissed off at them, Kerry, because they dropped out of school. They were in nursing school in their third year. They dropped out of school, and they were the baby of 6 children. And so one thing, when they dropped out, they said, you know what, we want to go through and pursue business. So one thing they did, they went through and volunteered at a local health agency, and they did very good. And that's all they wanted was a job. They just wanted the lady to go through and hire them, but she didn't want to hire them. So they said, you know what, we're going to go through and start our own agency. So they wrote all the policies and procedures and submitted them up to the state, got denied. They wrote them again, submitted to the state, got denied. And on the third try, they finally got approved. And that's one thing is, as business owners, as marketers, we are resilient. And so they finally got approved, and they started that journey. And eventually, Kerry, and it's so unfortunate, this is one reason why I started marketing as well. We took over market share like no other. This lady was in business for 20 years, but she failed to market her business. She failed to go out there and put the work in. And we were young and we were aggressive. We were ethical, but we knew certain things that we could do to go through and get that attention that we wanted in our business. We knew how to convert them as well. And that's what we did. And so unfortunate, her business of 20 plus years went out of business about 3 to 4 years ago. And that plays in my mind all the time. Someone is hungry out there. Someone's working hard out there. Someone really wants that seat. And if you're not hungry all the time, hey, it's the seat's up for grab. And that's one thing where I let people know, don't sleep on Facebook, because there's a young entrepreneur out there that's not sleeping. There's a seasoned entrepreneur out there who's just getting it, whose eyes just opened up when they turned 60 and said, you know what, I don't have to live this way. I can do better. And that's one thing that really keeps a fire up under my butt, is saying, you know what, I'm not sleeping on this. This is an opportunity and I'm going to take advantage of it.
That's why he is Ask Faris. I will tell you what, buddy, you've done it right, and you are aggressive, and you are doing it the right way, and you are making things happen, and it's a pleasure for me to follow you and to see you and watch you grow. I mean, I've like I say, I watched you grow from the backyard to a beautiful setting now with your Ask Faris show. Now that I understand how you've put all that together, it's absolute genius. Guys, this is a man who sat down and said, I am a marketing professional. I am going to take that knowledge that I have and that I can gain, and I'm going to take it to the world, and I'm going to make a change. And when I make a change, I'm going to make a change for a better. Now, some people will listen to me, and some people won't. But at least I am going to take the opportunity to let them know that I can be their man. Yes. He builds his list. He builds his funnel. It doesn't happen overnight. He works his plan, and just ask Faris. He makes it happen. Buddy, thank you so much, man. I am blessed beyond belief.
Oh, man.
Having just you on tonight.
This association is a pleasure. And just like that, Kerry, what you all have built is such a phenomenal platform, and this is something that we can scale. This is something that I use in my repertoire. This is something that it's a beautiful community, and I just want to thank the whole AppWizard family just for all the hard work, dedication that you all put in, because it does not go unnoticed as well.
Well, thank you, buddy. Well, man, Faris, I appreciate you. You have a great evening. God bless you and your family, your 15-month-old daughter, your wife. Yes. Your mother, and I just can't thank you enough for being on tonight.
It's a pleasure. Thank you so much, Kerry.
Thank you, buddy. All right, guys, that was Faris from what a super human being he is. I'm going to take these earbuds out, and so I can hear myself self-talk. And that was, I don't know about you guys, but he just posted his Facebook page there. What a wonderful opportunity to have Faris on board with us tonight and him share. Now, we're going to get right over into Mailchimp. I need to move a page, shift the screens. And let me do that real quick. Let me log in. I'm going to show you some things on setting up some campaigns. We talked last week about making sure that you use this platform for what it is. It's a great, great marketing platform. It is tied into the marketing platform in the system. Now, remember, one thing I did talk about last week, you can put multiple accounts in. You can see here I have 2 accounts in this underneath this one name. So this is just for training here, and this is an actual account I use for marketing that I'm marketing with for with the roofing companies and things like that. And so let's go into the training account here. And we're going to talk about triggers tonight. We're going to talk about automation and setting up accounts to where everything is on automatic. And this is very simple. You know, in the past, we set up coupons and we did a whole bunch of things like that. And we're even going to simplify it even more than that. What we want to use the automation for in our email system is reaching out to people to drive them where? We want to drive them into the app, because that's what's really important. Usually they're not going to go into a business and remember that email they got, okay? But if you send it to their app and they click on that and then they see the special there, and now they have the opportunity to opt into your text message list so that they get it right on their phone. Remember, we talk about this all the time, talk about going full circle. And a great email campaign is really, it's kind of been the missing link. We were able to do email campaigns, but nothing like you're able to do now because of the triggers and the automation in Mailchimp. Secondly, let me just reiterate why we went to Mailchimp. Mailchimp is free for the first 2,000 people, and you can send out 12,000 emails. If somebody has a list that big, they're not going to mind spending just a little bit of money to upgrade their email system. That is a huge list. That's 6 times 2 is 12, so that's 6 emails a month that you could essentially send out. I don't recommend sending out that many, but you could. But this automation series and system inside Mailchimp will allow you to do special things that you could not otherwise do. And it gives you a look of professionalism. You know, I always say, if you look professional, you probably are professional. Also, deliverability. You're able to look, and you can see right here, the deliverability right here, you know, 85.7%, 57.1, 14 cents. This was on a welcome email, and this was from training last week. There was 12 opens, 8 clicks, and 14 cents. Now you have the data to be able to go in, and we can go in and look at the report, and we can take this report directly to our customers and our clients. And we're able to go in there and say, you know, let me show you what your email campaign's doing for you. And then you can take your data from the texting system, and you say, now let me show you where this is driving people in. And I know I've been asked this for a while. We're going to go in and look at Google Analytics, because you can tie all this together with Google Analytics, your text messaging platform, and your app. And you can actually sit down with those people and show them how everything is being driven, print out those reports and sit down with your customers, and they say, wow, this is amazing. You know, it's like we were talking about during the Ask Faris portion. You know, educate your customers. It's extremely important to do that. And you can see here all the data. It's got all the charts. It's got everything you need. Print these out, download them, and take a minute and show. Download it, print it, or share it, however you want to do it. Let's go back over here to automation. Tonight, we're just going to look at a couple of things on automation. And then we're going to go in and we're going to look at the app here in just a moment. So we're going to add an automation. Now, there's a couple of things that you need to do. I want to talk first about your own personal app. On you going out, and we were just talking about building lists and doing those things that you need to do, you need to make sure it on your app. There's two kinds of people you're talking. One are your clients, okay, and one is potential clients. So the first thing you need to do is you need to add this automation like we added last week, a welcome message. What is one thing you get for every single app that you build? Actually, there's two things that you get for every single app. One almost 99% guaranteed, and one's probably 97% guaranteed. You're going to get two things. You're going to get an email address, and you're going to get what? You're going to get a cell phone number, okay? At that very moment, you need to make sure when you do that, you need to put them in your list. And if you have your app set up with your messaging system for email, all you got to do is go on there and set up a welcome message. And the welcome message just simply needs, hey, thank you, you know? And I'm not going to build this out because we did that last week, and I showed you last week. I just go through that last week's training. But set up a welcome message for all of your clients that they can get an email when they're sitting there in the morning opening their emails. They say, wow, Todd was kind enough to send me an email and thank me. But not only do you want to do that, now that you're building your list via email and via text, and I'm going to show you something here in just a moment. Now that you're doing that, let me show you something. You can set up a welcome series or an educate subscriber series, okay? After someone signs up to your list, send them a series of informational emails. Welcome series, send a welcome series to say hello each time someone joins your list, okay? And that's a series of emails. Let's say that you go to a client and he didn't really become a client. You say, hey, you know what? If you would like to join our list, like to receive our training emails, would you? Yeah, it's todd@gmail.com. We also have a text list. Could I put you on our text list? Well, no, I really don't want to get the text. But guess what you just did? You just captured them one of two ways, okay? You captured them one of two ways. And you don't have to sit down and punch a button to send this out. You can literally set up the entire series right here. Welcome series, add automation. Welcome to my company. And what are you going to do in this series of emails? You're going to educate them on what? Upsells. You're going to educate them on upsells, and you're going to make sure, and my computer's froze up. This is going to be a little bit slow because we're in, and you want to edit your triggers, okay? We talked about that the other day. So you're going to come in, and one day after subscribers join your list, so let's go in and edit this series. Okay, we're going to send this out weeks, okay? And we're going to go wait 1 week, all right? And we're going to send out this series. So when you update your trigger, and we're going to edit this schedule here, okay, this is going to go after 1 week, right? You got the welcome email. And we're going to send this out, let's say, every Monday. Because we want them to start off on a good note, right? And we're going to send it at what time? Most people that are in business get to their office around what? 8 a.m. So we're going to send it at 8 a.m. so that when they fire up their computer and they're standing there in their business and they open up their email and there's a whole bunch of emails there, the odds of yours being right there at the top are extremely good. I would say high in the 90 percentiles. So because you set this up automatically and you're going to send one every single Monday to educate that person, you've got the entire series set up and you can send as many as you want, okay? Let's back out of this real quick. Any questions on that? And like I say, we went through designing the emails last week, so I don't want to burn a lot of time designing emails tonight. Now, with your customers, we're going to activity. And we're going to go to educate. After someone signs, send them a series of informational emails. We want to make sure that we send our customers out, okay? And we're going to say, we'll call this coupon series 1. And we're going to set up a weekly coupon that goes out so that every week on whatever day that your people decide, okay, and we're going to, one day after subscribers join your list, we're going to leave that right there. We're going to come in and edit the schedule. We're going to do every Wednesday or whatever day your customer decides. And we're going to do what? We're going to send it again at about, say, 6 o'clock in the morning. Because what's happening at 6 o'clock in the morning? You're getting up, you're sitting down, drinking your coffee, and the first thing you do is you pick up your phone. All right? And when you pick up your phone, you're checking your email and you're checking your text messages. And so what's going to pop in about the time that you pick up your phone is, hey, Kerry, come on in today for 10% off of your lunch. Or come in today for 25% off of a blue jean sale, or whatever it is. So what you're going to do is you're going to set this up, and we're going to come over here and we're going to save the schedule. All right, we got the schedule. It's going to go out Wednesday at 6 a.m. We're going to go in and design the email. And once again, I'm not going to go in. We're not going to design every email. But I want to show you some stuff that's really cool. Okay? Email subject. Now, this is going out every Wednesday, right? So we're not going to go in and we're not going to change this 57 times unless there's something that comes up. Email subject. Open now for our weekly specials. But I don't know if you guys saw on your phones last week when those emails went out, these emojis automatically show up on a phone, and they are great for attention getting. As a matter of fact, they say somewhere around 70% of the people will be drawn to that emoji right before the subject line better than anything else that they look at. So we're going to come over here. This is a coupon, so let's find something kind of cool. Let's see here. Let's put a king hat, okay? Because they're king for a day because they're going to get their special. All right? It's from Kerry and their email address. Remember, you're setting these up for your clients. You will find that, excuse me, some people do not have an email address. Go in and set them up a Gmail account, set it up on their computer, use their username and password so that they can understand what marketing is all about. Remember, it goes back to that education thing. So we're going to come over to next, and we're going to go to design. Something else that's really cool about a phone is you do not have to download images. So we can come over here, and we can either use these pre-made templates, or we can come up. And themes are actual graphics and images. And things can be edited, so you can send a real cool theme to a phone, and since about 70 to 80% on their phone, and they don't have to download those beautiful ads on their phone showing your product. I just saw one here that would be easy to edit. Okay. I don't know where I saw it. I was just driving down through here. We'll take this one right here, for example. Cut out. So let's use this one. And it's going to download it. And once again, this is WYSIWYG. I mean, it's drag and drop. Do what you want. Put your images where you want them. And you're going to be able to send out a really nice, good-looking, $10 off your next purchase or whatever you want this to be. You can change this all out right here. You can go into edit. Here it is right down here. $10 off. Everything's set up. Thanks for being a loyal customer. It's got a click button right here where you could set that up to go into the app. You can put some more images down here. This is just simply images and some more text. It's very simple. And what the most important thing is only professional. And you're going to be right in their phone. Okay. Now, what you may want to do is when you design this and put it on their phone, you may want to take a screenshot of that since you're going to be linking this to the app, right? Screenshot of that, of the coupon here, and put that in the phone. Do is take a screenshot, save the image, and go in and put that in the phone. So now you've created a nice ad. I'm going to save and continue. And you've got your ad done. Now let me go back over here to design email real quick. Oops, didn't mean to do that. Now, since this is going out every week, what you could do is leave this generic. Because you're going to drive them to the app. Okay, we're going to leave this right here. We're going to leave that image there. And we're going to say, all right, because this is going out every Wednesday, right? Thanks for being a loyal customer. We hope you enjoy this discount or any other powerful products, tools, and solutions. Let's take this expiration off. And we're going to put our link to our app right here. We're going to save this. Be sure to check our mobile app right here. We're going to come in here and we're going to say, click here. For today's specials. You can leave this down here or not. Let's keep it simple. Let's take this out. All right. Out. Now we've got a nice little email here. We've got their image up here at the top. And I can't spell. We're going to save and close it. Now, this email is set up. I love to do things like sit and forget, okay? So because it says be sure to check our mobile app for today's special. Thanks for being a loyal customer. We hope you enjoy this discount on any of our powerful products and tools and solutions. Click here for today's special. It's going to be on their phone, okay? The majority of people, believe it or not, are going to be on their phone. And even if they're on their computer, okay, it's going to come up and it's going to show their ad. So we're going to save and continue. And we have set up a schedule that will go out every single Wednesday at 6 a.m. to everybody on your list. All right. So now we've set up our email campaign. Everything is ready to go. What did we do? We set up one email that's going to drive them where? Directly into your app, okay? That is the whole key to the process. If you're going to sell a mobile app, all of your marketing needs to drive them to where? It needs to drive them into the app, back into the store, into the marketing platform, back into the app, back into the store, into the email marketing platform, back into the app, back into the store. All of your coupons need to be sent one of two ways. Either via text message, like Sonic does, like McDonald's does. Now, McDonald's drives you into an app. Sonic doesn't. Sonic, you just show the text message. Subway drives you into an app. Okay, so they're doing that complete loop. Sonic doesn't. Sonic's app's not really very good. So I can understand why they don't drive you into their app. But everything is in a complete loop and or a complete circle. And when you set this stuff up, the best thing you can do is educate your clients and show them, okay, this is what we're going to do, Todd. We're going to set you up an app. We're going to set you up a full email marketing campaign and build out some email marketing campaigns so that you can show them on your phone. You know, I mean, the templates are already built. Just simply email that to yourself and say, okay, we've got templates that we can go through and we can set up your email marketing campaign. This is what it's going to look like when they open it up. And you're going to set up your text message campaign and you're going to show them how, hey, when they put their phone number in, your kiosk system is going to go into the messaging system, and we're going to turn around. We're going to sit there and market to them through text messaging. Not only that, if they're not in your campaign, but they're on your email campaign, we're going to encourage them to sign up for your text messaging campaigns. That way they get the messages immediately within 90 seconds. So you have to create this entire canopy of options that they understand will do only one thing. Because I'm going to tell you right now, and even me as a business owner, I don't care about anything except growing my business. If you walk in with a widget that I don't need, then just walk back out. But if you can walk in and show me that you've got a complete campaign put together, that we can sit down and we can work through all of these programs, okay? And we can put everything together. And now, like I'm going to show you next week, and you can do this with a local business. You can do this for yourself. Build a local marketing campaign using Facebook that drives the entire circle, okay, of customers. For example, in my hometown, 18 to 65 is like 7,500 people, okay, that I can reach out to. The population of commerce is only 8,900. So that tells you right there we got a pretty good population base on Facebook. Faris was talking earlier about grandmas. My mom's 85 years old. She's on Facebook. Okay, I talk to her daily on Facebook. So now you come in and you created these beautiful email campaigns that are automated, that once you set them up, if you set them up correctly, where it's driving them back into the app, you don't have to worry about the wording anymore, because it's simply going to do this: drive them back into the app, just like we did here. Be sure to check our mobile app for today's specials. Thanks for being a loyal customer. We hope you enjoy this discount on any of our powerful products, tools, and solutions. Okay? Obviously, you're going to change that wording to yourself. And once you set that up, you're done with this until you're ready to launch another campaign, until you're ready to make some changes. Now, what you may wind up doing is going in, and if you're a good salesperson and a good marketing person, you'll go in and do some specialized stuff where you're sending out individual emails that specifically target specific email marketing, which does two things. It encourages them to make sure they check their email, all right? Kind of like I showed you guys last week, Pizza Hut. You know, Pizza Hut's in my mailbox. I make sure I check those when I see them. I know they're coming. Subway, I know it's coming. So you will be able to specialize these messages. And what does that do? It creates more recurring revenue for you. We're in business to make money. We're not the Salvation Army, and God bless them. I love the Salvation Army. I've given to the Salvation Army. We're not the Goodwill. We're not a nonprofit organization. We're in business to make money. And you have the tools at your disposal to go out and make a very successful marketing career and build a very successful business. Any questions on this at all while I'm in here? I'm getting ready to go over to the platform. Are there any questions on setting up and developing an email marketing campaign? All you simply do is use the triggers. The triggers are very, very, very important. And once again, they're free. Okay. So there's a couple of things down here, but like I say, last week we went through all the triggers, so you don't need to. Any questions at all? Anybody? See, we have our coupon series 1 right here. I set it one up earlier. Here's our welcome email. Welcome to my company. This would be something that you set up for yourself. Guys, I want to tell you, the most important thing you can do is communicate. Woodrow and I spent hours on the phone today talking about communication and making sure that everybody gets the messages. And we're actually putting some things in place to help communicate better with our resellers. Doing things that are important for your clients, and the only way they're going to find out is if you communicate to them. The way we communicate today isn't the phone anymore. It's through text message and it's through email. Those are the two most important ways to communicate anymore. And so you have those tools at your disposal. You just have to use them. Okay? I'm going to go in real quick. I need to pull this. And we're going to go real quick. See this slide right here that I just put up? Can everybody see that? It's a kiosk system. Join our Clarks on Main VIP Club. We're going to talk about that in a minute, but I want to make sure everybody can see it. You guys are awful quiet. I hope I hadn't lost everybody. Okay. All right. Everybody can still see it. Let me come up back over here. I'm going to go into the platform real quick. Give me 1 minute. Yeah, it's really nice. That nice right there. Really nice. This is all a graphic right here. Matter of fact, the size of that graphic, I asked him to send me that. Let me find it. I'll tell you the size of that graphic. 671 by 800. So 671 wide by 800. And he said he played with a little bit to get it to fit. Okay, to get it to fit. But let's go into the platform. So when you come in to set up your app, obviously this would be the link that you put in to, and or you can simply come in and make a coupon page. Pages, a new page, weekly specials. Subway does this almost every week, and it's worth about $3. You don't have to do anything fancy. You don't have to put fancy graphics in there. You don't have to do any of that stuff. Make it just a little bit bigger. Let's make it up here about 14. We're going to save this. We're going to come over to preview. And we're going to take it from down here and we're going to put it to the top. Let's go to content. Let's go to home page. We want this to really, we want it to be on the very top of the page of the link. And now when they get their email, this is my app that I built. Now when they get their email, it's going to drive them in and up here or put this up top. But let me tell you what I would do with this button right here. Okay? Right here is weekly specials. I would use this to drive them into my text list. Is exactly what I would do. I would use this button, if I was using this like this, okay, do it however you want, but I would put my weekly specials at the top in a big button, and then I would turn it around and I would, right here, I would say, click here to join our text list or something like that. All right? Because you want to drive them into every single thing you have to get them to sign up. The more lists that they're on for your customers, the bigger opportunity you're going to have to reach out to them. And guys, this took literally 5 seconds. I mean, you can do this in seconds. Your customer comes in and says, come in today and get a free with your bill. Bam. All right? Get 10% off. You can put an expiration on here. Maybe the customer wants an expiration. Your customer wants, give it to him because you can do it. EXP 61 2017. Save. And you get a series, okay, of what they're going to do. Come in today and get a free drink with your meal. Expires 6/1/27. You don't have to be a graphics expert to work with this program. Say what you want to do what you're going to say, and get the message out there to drive clients back into your business. That's what it's all about. Okay? Any questions on setting up a coupon inside an app? And of course, if you want to drive them directly to the special, simply right-click on this link right on the tab right here, and you can copy the link address and you can put that in your email. Any questions at all? And I made this graphic with user for those of you who wonder. All right, I want to show you a couple. Let's go in here and edit the key. There's been a couple of changes made. A couple of this is in the classic version. Okay. Let me turn off birthday club. You can now upload a full image in the kiosk. This image is 1600. All right. And of course, if you image in the kiosk and you use a GIF file, GIF files are not transparent. They can't be set up as a PNG file. So make sure that if you want to use a PNG file, a GIF file, that the color background matches whatever your image is. For example, this isn't a PNG file. This is just a GIF file. This is just a transparent PNG file for Disney Cruise Line. And of course, I've got the cruise line back here. Obviously, that's not Disney Cruise Line. I just pull these images up. But you can now upload a full image in Kiosk 2, okay? And you do that right here. Upload a background image. Upload a background image. If you don't want an image, you can also now set the background color on your kiosk. So you have the option, either one, upload an image and or change the background color. All right? Any questions on that? Simply go into general settings, upload your image, upload your header image in the kiosk itself. And of course, you can change the keypad text color to whatever you want it to be. Let's say we want this to be blue. To match the Any questions at all? Really cool change. Any questions? All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to wrap it up with that then. If there is no questions, couple of things real quick. If you're on the training and you don't get the replay link, the replay link is always posted immediately after training in the system. And also, Kenny Dutton, who is not here tonight, he always does a timeline, and it goes in a couple of days in the YouTube video. If you, it's awesome. It's in the YouTube video if you want to just go in and find specifically what we talked about during training. Once again, let me just thank Faris. I mean, what a great night it was, and I can't thank him enough for being here with us tonight. And if there's no questions, just went over just a little bit. Thanks everybody for coming out. Have a great evening. God bless, and we'll keep you updated as things change.